Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 86 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I am getting rid of this lava thingy. So I'm taking away all the Botania flowers that were doing the lava generation of mana because they're kind of not so good anymore. And we're going to replace them with cake flowers. Remember last episode we spent a little bit of time making some cake flowers, and I think we're definitely going to come up with a pretty neat build for this. I do want to tap into my AE system if possible, but that might be really hard. So I have kind of an idea. We'll see. So we can get rid of all this stuff, I think. This will leave. I think I'll leave the TNT system up here, even though I don't know that I really need it per se anymore. But it probably wouldn't hurt to leave it there. Now what I'm thinking is to have the following. Let's get some dirt. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the cake's gonna go. And we'll probably want... Let's grab a piece of wool, and I'll explain why I want to use a piece of wool in a minute here, but this is where I'm going to place the wool, and then we're eventually going to want it so that cake can go here. Now, you guys should have all bound to the nearest thing, which is a little bit hard to see, but yes, you can see it up there. Let me turn off the yellow for a sec. You can see it glowing up there. That's the guy that he's bound to. You're bound to that one. You're bound to that one. Good. And good. That looks cool. So they all bound to the correct location, which is pretty much what I wanted to confirm. It's a little bit hard to see, but hopefully you guys can kind of get that. Yeah, we're cool. So if I place cake here, the 4 of them should start munching that cake, and that's the only mana spreader that starts blasting. Awesome. I like it. So you can see, obviously, you get a lot of mana from cake. Like a real lot. Like a real lot. What I'd like to do this episode is get a Gaia Elven mana spreader, which means we're going to have to fight the Guardian of Gaia, which is a pretty fun boss battle. If you guys haven't seen it before, definitely can't wait to show it to you. And what else are we going to work on this episode? I want to automate, obviously, the placing of the cake. I'm assuming, though I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that the nice thing about these guys is we don't really have to worry about turning this off. Alright guys, I came up with a pretty good plan, I think, off camera here. I just made myself a bunch of cabling and did a little bit of changing. Remember this dense cable here that's coming out of the side of the ME controller? It connects over to where like my crafting processes are. It's currently using around 7 channels, I believe. So I tapped off of that, put down another P2P network channel, and we're running it through this line, which only had 2 up until now. Now it's got 3, and it's about to have a 4th. This line connects up to these dense cables going down here for all my crafting stuff, right? So we've got 26 channels in use. That's connected up to the blue side, 26 channels in use. So this line is going to head over to my Botania area. And this is where we're going to set up some Botania-based applied energistics automation. And I've got what I think is a really cool way to feed my flowers cake. And you're going to enjoy this, I hope. So we're going to run this guy straight down to here. Now, I haven't totally mapped out how I want this all to work, but I'll figure it out in a minute. But for now, let's see if my P2P connection's done crafting. It's still going. All right, so that'll be a minute. Let's jump into Endermini. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. I love that Endermini can go in the same block space as cables. Like, you don't even know how much that excites me. All right, so this guy, we're going to save his connections. And by now, my P2P might be done. Nope, not yet. Are cables still crafting? Is that why? What is going on upstairs? I think we're waiting for these things to cook. Oh yeah, you can see them in there spinning around. There's a lot that's clearly being crafted. All right, we'll come back in a minute when P2Ps are done. All right, so that's what I wanted. So let's go get this thing set up. So down here, nope, wrong one. So many cables. All the way over to our Britannia area. We're going to export our P2P connection, which should be right about here. We will tell it to load settings, like so. And you're going to connect with what'll be, let's get some smart cables here. Missing glowstone, of course. Maybe this episode will be the one where I get stuff, but not right now. So you should be able to set up an export bus. And what I want to do is tell this thing to have crafting capabilities, and your job will be to export cake. And you're going to export that cake into an ME interface. So if everything's configured correctly, cake should start showing up the ME interface. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky. And I'm going to switch to bat mode so that the particle effects stop blitzing everywhere. But what we want to do then is the following. Check this out. I don't know that I've ever yet shown you guys. Do we have any in here? We do not. All right, let's get some. You guys have seen annihilation planes, but I don't think what you've seen are formation planes. I don't think I've shown these yet at all. But they're pretty neat, but they're also a little bit confusing to use. So I want to make sure you guys understand them. So formation planes will act kind of like a storage bus, or they'll act like an ME chest. It's basically an accepting inventory. So let me actually throw it in our main system here, and I will show you what I mean. If we were to tap into here, for example, and that should get a channel, and you'll know it's working if it lights up. Currently, device missing channel, there we go. So we're going to tell it what's allowed to go in here. So think of this just like a storage bus, but instead of placing an item in an attached inventory, when it gets an item in the network, so for example, if cobblestone were to enter the network, I might want to set the priority to like 10, so that's like the highest one available, right? So now if I snag some cobblestone and put one in there, boom. Notice that as soon as some cobblestone entered the network, it went ahead and placed it. What it doesn't do is grab existing cobblestone out of the network and place it, okay? So when I place cobblestone into the network, it's going to place it there, but it won't grab existing cobblestone and dump it out for you. So we need to come up with a sneaky way to do that, because what I want to do is basically export cake. So here's how we're going to do it. We're exporting cake into an ME interface. Now this ME interface is not part of our network. You also notice it's filling up with a lot of cake. So cake's obviously being crafted quite a bit right now. This is not part of our network. So you'll notice that like if I put dirt in there, and I'll even fill up these extra few slots with dirt so that it doesn't, make too much cake. But notice like the dirt's not going back in the network. There's no connection. There's no cable connected to the ME interface. The export bus is here. So this is its own separate sub-network. Okay, and remember, ME interfaces will try and dump out any items they have to the nearest inventory. In this case, that's going to be an ME formation plane. Cool. So we're going to pop down here. We're going to put a cable, which is not connected yet to the ME interface. We're going to tell the formation plane that he's allowed to accept cake. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to connect these. So now, pop quiz. Are you guys ready for the quiz? Formation plane, device offline. What's not working? We forgot to give power, because this is its own separate subnetwork. The interface, the two cables, and the formation plane are forming their own separate subnetwork. Remember. So what we want to do is attach one of these dudes here, and this guy here, and that should now start placing cake for us. Cool. And every time the cake gets eaten, it's going to go ahead and place another one there. Neat. So we've currently got 15 pieces of cake, so that's going to continuously be refilled by the export bus, and then the formation plane will continuously place cake for us. How cool is that? So you can see the Elven Mana Spreader doing its job. It's shooting out mana bursts. It's filling up the pool, and if we take a look with our Wand of the Forest, we're collecting mana. How nice is that? So that is basically the plan. Now we might wind up placing more Kekimirus plants around here so that we can get even more mana even more quickly. But for now, this is a pretty solid system, and it's done. Like, all done, finished, cool. So we've got a bunch of cake hanging out in there in the interface. It's constantly being exported to the formation plane in its own separate subnetwork with a power connector here so that it's not talking to the main network. In my opinion, this is a pretty cool build, and it's done. So we're going to let the Kekimirus fill up our mana pool while we plan to do some other things. So let's get to work. So let's get ready to fight the Guardian of Gaia. Dun, 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 dun. I just got myself a bunch of mana steel. There should have been one more, but okay, good enough for me. And I'm going to want to turn, let's say, we're going to leave 5 of these here, and we're going to want 4 Elementium blocks. You don't actually have to do it. I think you can do it with any metal, because we're going to need an active beacon. So let's go get one of those crafted. Maybe I've got everything I need? Oh, I need another nether star. Looks like it's time to go fight a wither. Wither battle time. Dun 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 dun. Just making sure no update broke this, but cool. Let's press button. And hopefully spawn a wither. Alright, that is not at all what you were supposed to do. I'll be back in a minute when I figure out what dirt. Are we out of power over here? Is that no? We're okay on power. So let me. Oh well, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Well, something's definitely derped here as a result of an update at some point. So let me fix this, and I'll be back in a moment. All right. So a little bit of fixing microblocks later, and we should be cool. So this goes back in here, this goes in here. You guys should have a wither skeleton skull, which means I have once again the ability to press button and spawn wither. Yeah, every now and then when you do an update, things kind of break. Especially with micro parts. I've noticed every time we update the pack, the micro parts kind of reset. I'm not sure what causes that, but oh well. Wither die. Nature, another star, please. Can't harm me. I've got super armor now. Thank you. And another star. Alright, let's go get a beacon and get ready to make this thing. We're also going to need a couple other items, so I'm going to get ready to get everything I need for this. So we'll come back in a minute. Alright, I think we've now got almost everything we need. Let's see if I can... I might even have it now. We'll go do it over here. Why not? So what we need are some more mana pylons. And while I'm here, I should put this, this, and that all away. Cool. So mana pylons are this. And if we put these in here, we should be able to get 4 of them. Awesome. And we're going to upgrade these to the Gaia pylons. So we're going to put you guys away and get 4 of them. Nice. And while we're at it, we're also going to want a beacon. So to fight this awesome boss that we're about to do, we're going to need to build the following. We're going to need an active beacon and the 4 Gaia pylons and get ready to fight. We're also going to need some Terra Steel. And it might not be a bad idea to have a couple of potions ready to go just in case. So why don't I craft those off camera as well, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, don't mind me. Just get myself a few flasks for some potion preparation. Just want to make sure we have everything we could ever potentially need for what we're about to do here. How's this thing's crafting process coming along? We're almost there. I'm definitely going to improve things around here once I fight a Gaia Guardian or 2, because there's room for improvement on some of my stuff in Britannia. Alright, got the 3 potion types that I typically like to bring into battle. Regen, Strength, and Resistance. And what do you say we fight this guy right over here? There's no reason not to, right? This has kind of been where we've been doing all of our random boss battles. So, sure, why not? Let me just make sure my inventory is nice and clear here. I want to make sure that we don't have any junk that we don't really need at this moment. Yeah, I think we should be cool. I could probably put a couple things into my blue pouch as well, like you, and yeah, that'll do for now. So let's get ready to build this thing. So if we take a look at the book, you'll notice that the Gaia Guardian fight requires an active beacon in the middle. So let's set that up. We'll just do this. It doesn't have to be these blocks. It just has to be any active beacon, I'm pretty sure. But I figured since we're doing it, and since it really doesn't cost that much to get the Elementium and Mana Steel blocks already, we should be cool. So you should be good. Ta-da, active beacon. All right, and then the nice thing about this is you can count. So 1, 2, 3 away from here. So 1, 2, 3 away from here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's one block taller, or one block above there, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be good. I think we're pretty much ready. So let's start a fight. Dun 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 dun. The Gaia Guardian. This is the easy mode of this boss, by the way. I better drink my flask of Fortitude and Vigor. Come here, you. Remember, this is the easy fight. Tips are to stay out of the purple stuff that's all over the ground. That's something you don't want to stand in. He will teleport around quite a bit. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and you also can leave this area. So you'll notice that you get bumped back in when you fight. So really make sure you have some good armor and that you have a decent amount of potions and flasks and stuff. Dude, almost done. Where's he hiding? Uh-oh. Summoning enemies on me. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to have some ranged weaponry for this point, but you can see the boss is right up there. Also, your flight ability is inhibited when you're in this mode, so you can't fly. So don't even try. Wow, I have a lot of junk. Come here, you. You're done for. Boy, he is just all over the place, isn't he? Come here, gotcha. Nice. Alright, so let's get out our white bag here and dump all our junk. So don't need bones, bone meal, sugar, skeleton skull, skeleton trophy. We got a miniature yellow heart, that's nice. A bow, spider eye, sticks. Alright, so we got the Gaia spirits. Awesome. That was the main thing that we were after. We can also put this junk away, put you away. Potatoes, healed me up. So we got Gaia spirits. That was the main thing that we were after for this fight. Nice. So we're good. We also got an uncommon treasure. This is a Thaumcraft thing. Cool. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything that we can put away for now. So let's go see what we can do with some Gaia spirits. I should be able to fly again. Hooray! We'll be right back. So you'll find there's a lot of cool and very powerful items that you can craft with these Gaia spirits. You can get an upgraded sash, you can get the shards of Laputa, quite a few of them as a matter of fact, because there's several levels of it. The Crimson Pendant, which is going to make you completely immune to all lava and fire damage altogether. The Rod of Unstable Reservoir is a nice and very powerful weapon against enemies. Let's see, Cloak of Virtue, Cloak of Sin, the Gaia Spirit Ingot. This is what's going to allow you to fight the more difficult Gaia Guardian. And then the Gaia Mana Spreader. That's what we're going to want to grab. A couple of... Ooh, Black Hole Talisman too. So much cool stuff you can make. Like, you're probably going to want a good amount of these things. So you can see, awesome. Very cool. So we will get ourselves, I want to get at least one, but maybe a couple of these. So let's pop upstairs. We're going to snag a couple diamonds. Drop them into here. That should get me the dragon stones that I need. And then let's pop this mana spreader. I actually want him to be faster, I think. We'll think about that in a minute. Let's get a couple more things. So let's do this one first, because he's the one we're going to get the most out of doing this. So when you upgrade the Elven mana spreader to a Gaia mana spreader, you're going to get a mana spreader that can transfer mana significantly faster than the other ones could. So I'm going to pop this guy here, and we're going to bind him upstairs. So he should be able to mana blast a lot faster now. What we're also going to want to do is bind these guys back to here, because when I removed him, they rebound themselves to the nearest mana spreader. So we're going to bind this guy here. We're going to bind this guy here. We're going to bind this guy here. So that means you guys should stop shooting in a minute as soon as your Elven mana spreaders wear out. Cool. And then this guy is going to blast a lot faster than it was before. Nice. So you'll notice the cake being eaten faster, basically. That's cool. I might want a second one down here. Very cool. We'll see. But he's definitely running pretty quickly. Alright. Let's consider throwing a second one down there. Let's get... Do we have any of that elven wood stuff? Oh, good. Dreamwood. Perfect. I think it's just... with an elementium ingot. Okay, I can manage that. 2 of these guys, and we'll go with the lake ray. Why not? Doesn't matter. Drop that in there. We'll pop this guy here. Oh, we're going to need another one of those phantom lenses. Let's see, what do we get that with? Abstruse platform. Do we have them? Nope. All right, let me make one of them real quick. We're going to need framed, pattern, framed. So 2 framed and a patterned. There we go. And then just a couple ender pearls. Nice. And then just to get the lens, we're going to need 4 mana steel ingots and a glass pane. So I'm just making a handful of these because why not? We'll make 4. Mana steel, so we're going to need 16 iron. Cool. So you and you. Awesome. Bind this guy to here. And then what I'll do is bind 2 of these flowers to this one. There you go. So this flower can bind to this guy, and this flower can bind to this guy. Cool. So now you are there, So these two are that one. And this one is that one. Cool. That looks good to me. So I might want 2 more of these Kikamiruses. So let me get 2 more and we'll be right back. Alright, so just did a little crafting off camera. You, we're going to make sure are bound to this one. And you, we're going to make sure are bound to this one. Nice. So now we should have a massively large amount of mana coming in. Cool. You guys are all draining, right? Oh, yeah. So you can see we're definitely doing a pretty nice job keeping up. Endless mana. I like it. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, the next thing we're going to craft is the Rod of the Unstable Reservoir. Oh, yeah. Nice. And we're going to combine one of those Gaia Spirits, I believe, with this. Am I wrong about that? Should be a shapeless crafting. I must be wrong about that. How do we get the... Let's confer with the book. Gaia Guardian 2.0 fight. Oh, it's 4 Gaia Spirits. Okay. I don't mind. Luckily, that's exactly how much I have left. So we're ready to fight Gaia Guardian 2.0. This is the more difficult of the 2 fights by far. Let's get ourselves our potions back. We're going to want to make sure we have our rod here. This is going to be an offensive weapon for us. And we should be good. Let's fly over there. We should also make sure we're full on hunger. And let's fight the second boss battle. Now this is going to get us a bunch of cool stuff. Even more cool stuff than we got from the first Gaia Guardian. Get over here, you. Clearly slightly more difficult of a fight. I don't think the Unstable Reservoir will attack him, so don't expect to use that against him. But we are going to use it when he starts summoning monsters, like zombies and skeletons. But clearly a slightly more offensive battle. Now I do have really good armor on. If you don't have blood magic, or if you want to do this with just Britannia type armor, you're probably going to want a full set of Terrasteel armor, and probably halfway decent enchantments as well. But for now, my blood armor seems to be sufficing, which is good. Well, plus I have regeneration too, which is probably worn off by now, but we'll put it back on in a minute. So, obviously, he's using a Rod of Unstable Reservoir. I don't know if you can see it. It's those little particle effects that are flying at me and causing me to take damage. He's also got more of the purple stuff on the ground, which definitely hurts. He throws more pixies at you, and overall, he's just a big old nuisance. Bit more health, bit more resistance, definitely more pain. Wow, look at me, I'm actually hurting. Let's see. Get some regeneration too going on here. Believe it or not, the part where he starts summoning monsters is kind of a little bit of a relaxation time, because he won't be damaging you as much, and the monsters aren't much to deal with. Come here, you. There we go. We're in monster summoning mode. I think. No, we're not. Now we are. Rod of Unstable Reservoir for the win. I should have brought some instant health potions with me, to be honest with you, but I didn't think I'd do the turn. I like this Rod of Unstable Reservoir. It does a nice job. Alright, dude. You're so dying now. At least I hope you are. Oh boy, this might be a problem for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need more potions in a minute. This is not gonna be good for Direwolf. Oh, brutal. Alright. I am gonna have to get back over there. Let's see if I can snag my stuff real quick. Hopefully I can. Wow, that was a close fight, but I think I'm going to need to prepare a little bit better. Oh well, I got an Elementium sword? I don't even know where that came from. Let's get our baubles back on, and then we should have pretty much all our stuff. Alright, come back in a minute. We might try that again, or maybe I want to prepare a little better. Be right back. So I'm thinking it might not be a bad idea to get a few extra heart canisters. So I'm going to convert 5 of these, like so, and then I'm going to get heart canisters. So I should be able to pull this off, provided I get... How are we for these empty canisters? Not as many as you would think. Okay, let's do... Oh wow, really? 10 then? We're going to want about 10 of these guys. There we go. And then we'll do about 5 of you. And then we should be able to do about... Oh wow, we need a lot of this. Okay, cool. We must have a lot of gold. I won't complain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get some yellow heart canisters. Nice. I think we should... Yeah, we're still plenty good on gold. Cool. So yellow heart canisters will bring my heart levels even higher. So let's make sure we've eaten. So I made myself some instant health, some resistance 2, some strength 2, and some regeneration 2. Alright, I should probably be attempting this battle. Oh, you know what? I need another Terra Steel and more Gaia ingots. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I wasted my Gaia ingot, so I don't get any more. Well, I'm going to have to fight the normal Gaia Guardian, and then I'm going to have to fight the strong one again. But I should be pretty good in this battle armor. So what I think I'm going to do is wrap up the episode here, and we'll come back next episode, see about getting a couple nifty gadgets from Britannia. Maybe I'll do, you know what I'll do is I'll get more Gaia Guardian spirits this episode, or in between this episode and next, and then we'll come back next episode. Oh good, the mana pool is full. That is good news, because that means our cake thing should be darn close to being full. We've actually run out of ingredients for cake, I think. I don't know exactly what happened, but we're not producing more cake, so I can only assume that we're out. What do we need to make cake? Cake is available. So craft it, please. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. No, you're good. Must have just been waiting a minute. But, yeah, so we'll come back next episode. And we'll have some more fun. Maybe get something really cool from the Gaia Guardian 2.0. He drops a really nice item that we're definitely going to want to get our hands on. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And we'll be back next time to have a little bit more fun. Alright, guys. Take it easy.